Life gain just got some big help from the new Turtles drop. Not only does it scale twice as fast now, but we also got some new card draw engines keeping us going into the late games. This definitely isn't your average mono white life gain. Alright guys, the Turtles are finally here and we are starting things out with a heater. We are looking at Abzan life gain. Now I'm a little bit of a weirdo here on the channel. We like to play life gain in the colors of Abzan because I believe that 1/1 counters in life gain, like let's say with the Essence Channeler, play extremely well with colors like green and black because of things like the Holomerc Siege. We'll get into that in a moment, but one of the new cards that this deck was completely inspired by, of course, is the new Leonardo Cutting Edge. It's basically the new Ajani's Pridemate. Now I at first wasn't sure if this card was much better, but then after realizing this card has lifelink tied to it, I was absolutely floored at how good this card actually is because this thing scales extremely fast. It has the life gain. It can grow itself by hitting the opponent. It's just a really good card. Now, the sneak ability, I have learned after recording this video that it does become relevant in some very niche scenarios, but for the most part, playing it for 2 is just as good. Just get down, you know, the life gain, get it growing really fast, and get that lifelink body attacking into the opponent. Now, here's where some of the green stuff comes into play. Michelangelo is a really cool card that allows us to scale our creatures much faster, allowing us to essentially double their counters every time they grow, because we grow with 1 counter every time we gain a life, and then it's going to double, of course, by adding 1 additional counter to it. We've got Holomerc Siege, like I said, which is a really good draw engine for this deck, which is why I love playing in the colors of Abzan, because also in green, you know, you've got the Siege, but you've got Michelangelo, but you've also got a brand new card with the Virulent Emissary. This is another really great card for us to substitute over, let's say, the Sanctifier, because it's a death touch body, which is an extremely good blocker, but it also gains us life just like the Sanctifier would. I haven't had a chance to play this card yet, so I'm super excited to try it out here today. And then we've also got the new Mikey and Leo, which is going to allow us to, you know, have another card draw engine to this deck, because again, all of our creatures are going to be scaling like Amalia, Leonardo, Essence Channeler, Exemplar. These are all going to naturally grow with 1/1 counters, allowing us to draw even more cards. And also because we're in black, we get to run things like Deep Cavern Bat, which you guys are going to find out today was a huge help in some of these matchups, slowing them down just enough for us to get the damage through. But I do believe that this deck list is pretty solid. I wouldn't be too scared saying this is a pretty craftable build. Life gain in general has really, you know, always been pretty good. It's never been, you know, A tier, S tier, whatever, but this deck, in my opinion, works a little bit better than maybe like a mono white because of all the card draw engines that you have access to now. So it's super fun. I think it's a very good deck, and I was able to climb the ladder pretty well with it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We'll jump right into it, and we'll hopefully see you at the end. Peace. All right, here we go, guys. Today we're playing some Abzan Life Gain. Now, I know I've played Abzan Life Gain a few times now, and it may seem like a very strange color combination to do Life Gain in, especially with Mono White and Orzhov, but we've gotten a lot of really cool new cards, especially with from Lorwyn. We got this new Green Emissary that I've been wanting to try out for a long time. But now with TMNT, we've also got a ton of utility and tons of card draw potential. From this deck with, you know, like Mikey giving double counters, and then the other Mikey that draws us cards. Let's see here. I think we take this. That's a good engine for them, so we're going to shut that down. Pretty interesting matchup here, though, to start things off. They've also got Mikey, which is going to allow them to get additional counters, and they've got the Mutagen Man, which makes them basically free. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to pay 2 life here. We're going to get down the Uneaten Feast and then follow that with the Amalia and hopefully find some card advantage here. Some lands off the top, maybe. Nice. And an elf is good, but it's a little late for the elf. Swing in. All right, I love an Essence Channeler on top, of course. Now, the Siege is another really good opportunity here in this color scheme, just because we can draw extra cards off this as well. So we've got tons of really fun new sort of ideas. Holomerc Siege and Life Gain are something that we've put together quite a few times. I feel like they work extremely well together. So I figured throwing in some of the new TMNT cards that we're going to be in a really good spot. Now, the fact that they're able to sack these tokens for essentially free, though, with Mutagen Man kind of scares me, especially with Michelangelo going off with the double counters. I say double, it's 1 additional, but basically when you're putting 1 counter on something, it's essentially double, you know? Pretty ridiculous. Pretty ridiculous card. This card right here is going to be massively broken, I think. This card's going to find its way in a lot of builds. Just like ours. Zealot is down. Zealot. Zealot has hit the field. All right, here we go. We're going to go with this. Go over the top, gain some life, hopefully drawing some cards here. Attack over the top. All right, here we go. Malia finds Michelangelo. I'll take it. That'll work for next turn. I do need to get some more green sources, though. Maybe I should have kept the elf after all, huh? Maybe. Maybe not. The only thing, the mutagen tokens, I feel like could be better is if it wasn't sorcery speed. I feel like mutagen tokens are really strong and good, but I don't think they're too good that you can, you know, that they had to put that key wording on there for sorcery speed. Because in our deck, we would be able to draw so many more cards if I could sack a mutagen token during the opponent's turn and get that counter, because it would double up the amount of cards we can draw per turn. But unfortunately, mutagen tokens only work at sorcery speed. All right, let's see how risky they're able to, how risky they're willing to go here. Not very. Oh, that's fun. It's extremely fun, actually. Let's get this down first. All right, we're drawing a lot of cards now. Draw one off of the siege. Holomerk Siege. I mean, I don't think we need a third. I don't think we need a third draw engine. I think 2 is good enough. It's a great card. I can always go get it later off of this if we gain enough life, which I'm sure we will at some point. We probably gain enough life actually on this turn. Draw another card, and it's a land. I'll take it. I needed another land. Ooh. That spices things up actually a little bit. Don't need another one of those. Okay, good game. I was gonna say, yeah, we're kind of running away with it now at this point, especially with the draw engines on board. We were gonna keep that, or we were gonna throw away that top card, but I was gonna throw this down and pay the 2 life to play another emissary, and then everything was gonna start rolling really fast. So, GG. And that right there is why I love running Abzan colors in life game, because I feel like it just adds a lot more dimension to the deck when it comes to like card advantage. I think card advantage is obviously an absolutely massive thing in Magic in general, but when you can add it to decks that otherwise would have ran out of value over time, it's so nice. That may seem crazy, I know, but I think it's the drop that we want to make here, because we can get it back later with the case. Well, unfortunately, I think it's going to have to be shoot the sheriff, but I don't know. I mean, it has to be, right? Because then they're going to just use shoot the sheriff to get it back. But I might be able to put him off the annex for a whole turn, which could be good, but I don't know. Feels like we have to take that, though. It's a bummer, because if we give him the unholy annex, which is what they're going to play, is going to make things a little more difficult, because it can create a demon and potentially start gaining them life. That's a really good top deck right there. I think we should probably expedite and rush the Essence Channeler here as fast as possible to try to win the game quick. And if they want to blow it up, obviously the counters get passed off to my bat. Well, they found their demon. And they get to go look at my hand. I would assume, right? Nobody ever uses to bounce something unless they can bounce and hit the hand. That's fine. They let me keep Michelangelo, which is honestly probably a bigger problem for them right now. I would think that's a bigger problem because it's about to pump up my Essence Channeler to the absolute moon. All right, they are down to 7. I've unlocked my cases, so now I can start playing from my graveyard. So even if they do blow up the field, let's go. Beautiful. No card draw engines needed there, but Michelangelo, man, this card, I'm telling you, it's broken. Don't sleep on it. Man, this deck is feeling pretty good, man. I'm feeling pretty happy with the outcome so far. It's been pretty clean. I think we keep this. I'm just thinking of which land to drop first. I think I'm gonna go with Emissary because it's a body. Get the action started pretty quickly here. I think that's definitely the move. Let's do it. And the opponent on Boros, which means maybe burn, maybe sort of aggro, which could be our okay, it's not what I thought. I was gonna say it could be a good matchup for us. Let's go take a gander here at their hand. It's artifacts, clearly. Ooh, well, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to take this. They're gonna play Tezzeret and minus it, but then it's gonna be susceptible to me running it over with my creature, because once it minuses 3, it's gonna be at 1 loyalty, and they're gonna be maxed out on their mana. Perfect, so they're not even gonna play Tezzeret. Look at that. We get away with 1 there. Case of the Uneaten Feast and another bat. We'll go take their Tezzeret. Thank you. Well, that takes care of that problem. They could actually go and scry though with that candy trail, which I guess is fine. They can't sacrifice these tokens without some sort of help, right? So, I mean, those tokens are going to be a big problem though pretty soon. I should probably consider maybe giving like the counters to my creatures instead of like drawing cards, but I don't think that's very wise. But man, if they figure out a way to start blowing these treasures up, we're in a lot of trouble. Which I think they'll figure that out next turn. Draw cards, get down our channeler, start drawing some cards. Come on, give me something nice. Give me something nice. There we go. It's pretty good. It's really good. So a big lifelink, or yeah, lifelink body. Now, I'm a little embarrassed because somebody was playing this card during the early access event, and I had made a comment about like how I didn't think it was better than, you know, the channeler or like the Ajani's Pride Mate. I'm like, it's essentially the exact same thing. Because the ninjutsu sort of effect on it, right? The sneak effect. I was like, how is that a benefit? And you know, you take away a creature off the battlefield to put it on the battlefield. That's cool and everything, but I'm like, it didn't seem like much of a benefit to me. And you're still paying the mana for it in some way, shape, or form because you got to replay the creature you just dropped. And so I realized later that it has lifelink on the body, and I completely missed out on that keyword. And yeah, I feel a little embarrassed because the card is clearly better than both of those cards. All right, so Tezzeret is back. They caged the entire battlefield, so that's fun. That was a really good United Battlefront. Let's go Leonardo. We're gonna draw a card. Hopefully another card draw engine would be nice. All right, we got the ooze. Little ooze action. I don't think there's been a deck list yet that I haven't had this card in the pile, which is pretty funny. Oh man. Yeah, I figured they would snare something here, but are they gonna take the Leonardo? They are. In my opinion, kind of a mistake. The Siege is the card I would have taken, maybe. I feel like Leonardo could have been taken care of pretty easily with those burn tokens they've got there, the munitions tokens. I mean, they're cooking. They're really cooking hard here. That United Battlefront basically shifted the entire game here. So we might have an L on this one. Yeah. What does that do again? Put 3 counters on an artifact, it becomes a creature. Nice. Every single turn.
Mana still obeys me.
Get over here, Tezzeret. An elf, that's fine. I can still get the munitions token on it, draw a card. It works. It's a body. It's a body. That's not good. I do want to avoid getting burned out by one of these tokens. Let me go and do one of these. It's force him to have to use 2 of them if possible. And I can block. Now, unless I can draw like the Donatello and Mikey to start drawing some cards with the siege, or like another siege even or something like that, I need some card advantage. I gotta basically reload my hand here. Again, that United Battlefront really did a number on us. And there's another one. And they find another snare here. Fun. Okay. Well, I get my ooze counters back. That's really nice. All right, we'll give it one more card off the top here. We'll see what it is. Hopefully it's something I can draw cards with. Otherwise, we're pretty cooked here. Okay, got the land. You hate to see it. GG's, on to the next one. You know, it happens. Bad draws towards the end there. All right, we've got an elf into... Okay, yeah, let's do this. Let's do this. I like this. Come on down, elf. Let's do some ramping right away. Get to go first with an elf. You got to take advantage of that always. And it's gone. That was fun. But hey, mono red burn, you know, we like that. We definitely like that. Let's pay the life. Emissary. We've taken a lot of damage here from my own lands, but that's okay. It's all for the benefit of the future here. And it's gone. And it's gone. Okay, Lightning Helix. That's fun. Let's get Michelangelo down here, I think is the play, because Michelangelo will kind of help with like keeping the Channeler alive. Like if I bring the Channeler down next turn and it gains that life, it's going to gain 2 counters instead of 1, which will ultimately put it in a much better spot from burn spells. Dragon. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so we're just dragons. Okay, I see. And a Voice of Victory. I can work with this. I thought it was going to be straight up burn. I can definitely work with this. Yeah, I'm going to have to do this, right? Seems good to me. No attacks. I'm looking for an additional land here. I don't know what's going on with that. Activated abilities of artifacts and creatures, so I can't use these. That's fine. Let's get this down. Start drawing some cards. I need some help here at those cards. And gain a life, 2 counters. Very nice. Gain another 5 life here. Bang. Not bad. Not bad. Could start getting some stuff back from the grave now too. Love that. Sure. That's fine. We do not care. Have at it. Because we're about to gain all that life right back. Alrighty. Maybe I go get 2 of my emissaries back. And the elf. Yeah, it's probably better than just having this out here, right? Let's go emissary. Emissary. And I am gonna go with the elf here. That way I get the maximum value out of my graveyard there. Swing through this. And we're right back into the game with even more than our starting total. Not too shabby. Oh, double the damage on all their things, right? If a source you control would deal damage to an opponent, deal double that amount of damage. Okay, so we can't really let all that get through. Right, can we? That's going to be 8. That's going to be an additional 6. So 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Actually, I think I can take everything here. But I will block. I will block just to kind of be safe. I mean, they're tapped out, right? Ah, take it. Really hope my math checked out there. It did. The math checked out. Let's go. Let's go. I was actually really concerned. I'm like, I've been known to make some horrible math mistakes, and I thought that was one of them. But we checked out there. All right, we got a really cool looking hand here. I'm gonna keep this one. Elf right away again into some ramp is always nice. Unload the hand here. Got a Mikey and a Leo too. Let's see. Yeah, let's go with the case. And I'm thinking probably, I mean, is there a benefit to replaying the elf if I pay one attack? No, there's no benefit. Yeah. I keep trying to think of how the sneak makes sense here in the stack, like with, or not the stack, but with Leonardo. Like when does it make sense to do the sneak with Leonardo? And I can't really think of a scenario that it does make a whole lot of sense. Okay, that's fine. Let's go here and here. Drawing cards. Dang, all right. Another emissary. Amalia can hopefully find us some lands off the top. Slasher, that's fine. It's not great, but it's fine. Ooh, a bat. Very interesting. I'm gonna save the bat just in case I draw a land here off the top with the Amalia. I can take a look at their hand. I know the emissary made more sense there potentially, but I'll take it. I'll take it. All right. So essentially it's like, it comes down to, do you want to attack with 10 knowing it's gonna die and gain 10 life? Not really, but at the same time it would set this. Yeah, I think it's the right play to make because the opponent's surely gonna block, right? And then what's gonna happen is it's gonna get some stun counters because they could end up playing also like Bloodletter Aclazotz, which is like a one-shot combo next turn. There is no sweeper I don't think they're going to be able to play unless it's like the Black Suns card. And so I think what's going to happen here is they play this tapped. I could always sacrifice this and go get this back. Also, it puts us in a good spot to maybe close with Amalia. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I think it's the right call here though. I really wonder what this map's about, like why it does, you know, these things you gotta like click a bunch of times to see them. It feels like that's gotta be a bug. All right, they're gonna take some damage from their own card draw. That's actually pretty huge for us. All right, let's start with this. Double up the counters that we see. That's a good card, but I want a land if possible. Okay, we got the land, but it's not the one we wanted. Tap lands are not what we were asking for, but that's okay. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 damage. Make it 15. Make it 15. Double it and give it to the next guy. Alrighty. Michelangelo again. Surprise. We've got a million counters. Alright, this hand looks absolutely awesome. I don't know how we keep going first, but I'll take it. It's a good day when you get to go first this much. All right. I gotta mark that last one I just did. My bad. I forgot to put the note in there. Flood Maw. That's annoying. What else is annoying is I'm about to sneeze. That's pretty annoying. Man. Gotta get the elf back down here, I think. That Flood Maw actually was pretty annoying. Apologies. Okay, pal. We get it. We get it. Can you stop doing that now? Man, we've given them so much time to work up to that sweeper, which we know they have. They're clearly like a control deck. Our only hope is that they only have one and maybe we can deep cavern bat that away, but unlikely. Land is good because now I can play this, draw cards, and then also play Leo, which will be our life gain engine here because it's got the life link. And now we wait. Now we wait and we pray. We're 1 turn away from like the deadly cover-ups, 2 turn away from the ruptures. So I'm definitely gonna have to play the Deep Cavern Bat this next turn and hope that it's enough. Double Deep Cavern Bat is nice as well. What's the plan? Aetherize is annoying. Okay, so now they can't do anything. Rupture is 2 turns away. Maybe I wait to play that. Yeah, I think we do this. I think this is actually the better play. Hold on. Set up for that card draw. Draw 2. Because we're in a control game right now, so the more cards I can draw, the better. Nice. I'll take those Deep Cavern Bats all day long. Let's go take a gander here. Yep. You're really about to hate me, my friend. Yep. All right, draw 2. Replace those 2 bats that we just used up. Come on, give me something nice. Alrighty, no worries, no worries. Let's go. That's huge. Oh my god, that's actually big time as well. Let's just try to grow the field as fast as possible here. Well, I didn't want to tap my elf. That was not the plan. Way to go, auto tapper. We love you for that. Interesting, an ooze. Okay, let's just get this down. Maybe we hit some lands off the top, maybe we don't. We'll see. We got 5, 6, 7, 8 damage right now. 9 damage. 10. It's a good card. It draws me some more cards. And so I got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 if I play another card. All right, we won't play another card then. Not worth it. Definitely not worth it. Okay. Moment of truth. Here we go. Are they going to get the luckiest top deck in the world, or did we win? We win. Let's go. Wow. Against a deck that we probably should have lost to because we got stalled out twice on the elf, missed 2 land drops, and still somehow came back fast enough with the Deep Cavern Bats to dissect their hand. Let's go. All right, we got the opponent going first finally. We still got a really good hand. We'll keep it. Doing some ranking up, so we're not going back anytime soon. Love that. This hand is actually really good. Okay, it just got worse. Yeah, let's, I guess I don't really care. Let's play that. Let's get down our Leonardo. Darn it. That was supposed to be a really good turn there for us, but Pyroclasm, you know? You know? Okay. Chill out, my dude. Chill out, okay? We get it. Let's do double the counters with Michelangelo. Let me guess. Pyroclasm. Fire magic. Ill-timed explosion. Something tells me this isn't going to be a very good game for us. I don't know. I got a weird hunch. I got a strange hunch. Land? It's a good card, but I need land, unfortunately. Come on. Okay, I will take that. That's totally fine. 3 cards and then a discard. Oh, it's elementals. Okay, they're gonna bounce everything back to my hand eventually. That's the goal. Sure. Let's at least draw some cards in response. Nice, that's a good card. It's huge. That is huge. Here comes this guy, Sunderflock. Well, you can't even play that yet, can you? Are any of my creatures elementals? Not really, no. Another seer. So it's just like a million burn spells, and then you just what? Bounce everything that's not an elemental for the win? Pretty much. Spell snare. Your last card, I know, here's the thing. I know their last card is the Sunderflock. For them to also have the snare is crazy lucky right there against us. Okay. I don't see what we can do here. It is what it is. We got mad unlucky. Yep, there it is. We knew that was coming. Like, I knew they had it. Like, they would never in another world throw that away unless they had one. You know what I mean? So it's like, no surprise. It's a good card. All right, we got more land. That's good. It is a good card. I don't think that's what we need though, right? I mean, we need something better than that. I guess we'll put the counter here because it could pass its counters over to something else. Now, keep in mind too, I may actually be able to surprise them and win this game by simply tapping down a starting town to block with an Essence Channeler. That could be really good. Man, this is annoying though. This opponent is really annoying. Now I'm really wishing I would have kept that Case of the Feast on top, because had I known both of my creatures would have came back to my hand to get replayed again, would have been really nice. I'm gonna pump this up first. Oh my gosh, they tapped the wrong land. It's okay, I probably would have ended up needing to tap that anyways. Let's get this bigger next. All right, they're gonna opt, sure. I don't think there's a way I can win this one because they could just fly over the top at the moment. I don't think I have enough life gain here. No, definitely not. Okay. So they've got the two flyers, they can go over the top. The plan was to tap this land and force them to run into it, but they had the crab anyways, so it is what it is. All right, I mean, it's a tough L. I mean, they literally couldn't have had a better card with that spell snare, so it happens. Well, that's the beauty of going getting over the next hump on the ranking system, because you don't go backwards, so that's nice. We're still at platinum tier 3. Yeah, 3. Yeah, let's get this down. Hello. So we got Rakdos discard. We've played this deck quite a few times. Would be nice maybe to have our ability to exile things from the graveyard, because they're gonna, you know, discard creatures that can keep coming back from the graveyard. So having my ooze would be really helpful. But we'll wait on that for now. Let's go with Deep Cavern Bat and take their monument. They probably have Bitter Triumph though, right? Oh, they don't. I'll definitely take that. It's a serious problem because I don't have my graveyard hate, so. They're missing a land drop, I just realized, for the 3-drop there. Okay. I'm thinking go Michelangelo next turn, and then I'll probably put some counters on a Deep Cavern Bat to start gaining some life. Seems pretty solid. Looks like they're going to discard a card right away. I think we have a pretty decent matchup against this kind of opponent, because yes, their whole objective is to like beat us down extremely fast, which they're doing a good job at doing, but we gain life, you know, so it's essentially like mono red maybe versus life gain, which is usually in the favor of the life gain, you would think and hope, but all right, so they're out of cards in hand and we're gaining 3 life per swing here. Hopefully they don't find a monument. The monument is what's going to get them the card advantage to get back into this one. see what the Inti finds them here off the top. Hopefully a land. It was a land. Nice. So we could take 9. That's fine. It's not ideal, but it's fine. Sure. I don't love the idea of taking damage here, but I'll do what I gotta do. Both of these are gonna get extra counters. I got a lifelink body now. I'm going to block with the Essence Channeler and pass its counters over to Leonardo here, more than likely. I may have to just chump block with Michelangelo too. I don't know. It's a tough one. It is a tough one. Okay, that's good. Are they gonna discard? They do discard. It's the artifact. And they find their monument. Oy, not good. Not good. You know what? I'm gonna put the counters on my flyer actually. And here comes the monument, of course. Nice. Let's do this. And this. There we go. They have to block, right? I mean, how many counters do we get here? So we're at 7, 13, 14 damage. Okay, so they have to block. They have to block the 7/7. Seems good to me. Seems really good to me, actually. And we're back. Just like that, back to 20. Yeah, I think it's just the fact they took too long to get their monument down is what cost them the game. Again, they're a very aggressive deck that's trying to end the game very, very fast. So we take advantage of the life gain here. And I think that gives us a bit of an edge as long as they can't get that card advantage. Good game though, man. Good game. You wouldn't think with 37 life that I was as close to dying as I was, but we were pretty close to losing that. All right, we might be able to get one more game in here. Our hand looks okay. It's not great. It's not great, but it's good enough. Let's see what we can do. We got the Elf and the Feast and the Leonardo. The other two cards, Amalia and the Bat, are basically worthless at the moment, but hopefully we get a swamp off the top. And I don't know, maybe Amalia gets us going here. Maybe we shouldn't have kept this hand. The more I'm looking at this, maybe I shouldn't have kept this hand. I hope I don't regret this. We'll see. Hello? There we go. The mouse didn't want to work. All right, what do we got, opponent? What are we playing? I have found that, like, Is It Lessons is kind of a really tough matchup for us, and so is Auras. Those are kind of the two decks that I played during what was it, the lead up to me recording the video. I do a lot of play testing of my decks, and those two decks seem to be like the biggest issues for me because they have a ton of really good early game spot removal. Let's get this down right into a Leonardo, and hopefully a swamp off the top. Swamp would be really good right about now. Watery Grave, man. This could be another control player. Some sort of monument deck or something. We'll see. They are playing extremely slow, though. I was hoping to squeeze another game into this video, but we'll see what happens with the opponent moving this slow. So it's Reanimator. We do have the answer for that. It's, you know, it's the ooze. We got to find it. We also got to hope that the opponent doesn't find Awaken. Awaken can blow up anything they want on the board, which would obviously be the ooze if I find it. But we're kind of cooking. We're going really fast here. Hopefully we can just end this game before turn 4 even happens. I say turn 4, but that's only if they're perfect. If they happen to find their Kavera by turn 4 and have their Bringer of the Last Gift in the yard, which is a little unlikely, I hope. Now, I also have the Deep Cavern Bat, so just a simple swamp, and maybe I can look at their hand and disrupt their play enough to where I can get the final attack in. We'll see, but Bookworm seems like it's going to attack. Man, it's really hard to commentate for opponents who take this long to make decisions that are very straightforward, you know? Hope you can bear with me on that. All right, so we've officially finished the case of the Forgotten Feast, so which means if my creatures die, I can bring them back, which normally would be pretty good, but with only 2 lands and no swamps, I don't think that's going to be very helpful. Okay, so it's a Verge. We've got all their colors, and there's the Awaken that I was talking about. There goes Leonardo. That's a bummer for sure. Okay, we got the swamp. Hold. Because this, okay, here's the deal. This could end up finding the, this could end up milling out the Bringer of the Last Gift, and they could be holding on to Kavero. So I think I'm going to go for the Kavero here, which means I'll have 2 additional mana open. I think I'm going to go grab the Leonardo. Should I play this first? I'm going to go grab the Leonardo. I don't think there's a right or wrong way to do this. It's about whether or not you want to get damage now or later. I'm going to get damage ultimately more so later than now. Okay. Come on, Kavero. Bam, we got the Kavero. So now even if they do find the Bringer of the Last Gift, they can't reanimate it this turn, hopefully, unless they obviously top deck another one, which would be bananas. Okay, good. No Bringer of the Last Gift in the yard anyways. Moment of truth. This is the only card that may have any effect on this game moving forward, and did they get super lucky? Who knows? I mean, what would they even need here? I don't know if there's anything they could play. There's nothing to reanimate that's worth anything here. A kill spell, maybe like a Bitter Triumph, but even then it blows up what, this, and it passes its counters over. Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure we just win the game here, which means we're probably getting roped. Classic, and we'll see at the end, guys. It looks like we got this one. Oh, looks like they may be back. I don't know. Maybe they top decked a removal spell. They did. Bitter Triumph. Okay, I told you guys it might be the Bitter Triumph. Okay, well, they scoop it up. At least they don't make me wait the whole time, but that was pretty brutal. GG.
Hit him 3 times like a hat trick. The name is Swayze, no Patrick. If you play him, then it's tragic. Hit him with the mythic, yeah, that's magic. MTG, that's what you'll see if you like and subscribe. Where's the upload, man? Man, all of the time. Coming with the best decks, this is the meta. This ain't cheap.